So let's start from getting to know who Perpetua is and what Perpetua does.
Perpetua Wanjiku Omare. My name is Perpetua Wanjiku Omare. I work for Maono Africa Center for Transformation.
Okay.
Maono Africa is a registered NGO. We are based in Dandora Phase 3, next to Posta. We are located at the Posta building in Dandora.
Okay.
So what we do at Maono, we are all about transformation.
Okay.
And transformation for the youth. Our aim is to change Dandora and the environs one life at a time, one youth at a time. We are all about transformation.
Okay.
Yes.
So before we get to that conversation of transforming and making steps each day and making every day count, let's get to know, where did Perpetua grow up? How was her childhood like? What did she love doing while growing up? Yeah.
Actually, Caro, I grew up in this same Buruburu.
Okay.
We've grown up all around Eastlands. We've lived in Buruburu, Huruma. I've grown up everywhere in Eastlands.
Okay.
So what the youth in Eastlands face, I'm very familiar with. And the challenges that they face as they grow up, I'm very familiar with them. And I'm now a mother of 3. Okay. So if I sit down with a fellow youth, I can advise her on what to do, on how to maneuver their way through life, how to survive.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what are some of these challenges that youth in Islando go through every single day that you are familiar with?
Youth in Eastlands. Let me talk about youth in Dandora,
because
they're the ones I'm representing today.
Okay.
And I'm representing the girl child, the women and the ladies in Dandora. They go through several issues, several challenges. Key among them are teenage pregnancies. They drop out of school very early, owing to lack of school fees, owing to problems in their families. They are not exposed to opportunities as other youth in other areas are exposed to opportunities. Youth in Dandora are very susceptible to crime. Crime, drug abuse, alcoholism. They start these vices when they are very young because they're exposed to the environment.
Okay.
Yes.
So these challenges you're talking about, are they things that you also went through while growing up?
Some of these challenges, I did go through them as I was growing up,
Okay.
but most of them, it's what I observed in my environment.
Okay.
So from that observation, I can be able to take them through how they can combat these challenges, how they can become better individuals, how they can overcome and become responsible citizens of the society despite their challenges.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about some of those challenges that you actually went through. Maybe you mind sharing?
First of all, I became a mom at a very young age.
Okay.
At the age of 20, I was already a young mom.
Okay.
And I was wondering what to do next. What next? You ask yourself, now that you're pregnant, now that you have a small baby, what next? But with the help of my parents, with the help of my friends, I was able to go back to school. I was able to finish school, and it made me a stronger person. I was able to even get employed later on in life. But right now I can sit down with a young mother of 16, 17, 18, and tell her that that's not the end of her life. If anything, it makes her stronger, bolder, better, and they can be able to, can still pursue their dreams, even at that young age.
Okay. So the first time, the time you realized you were going to be a young mom, what was going through your mind? Who did you talk to?
It was not comfortable. It was something that was hiding. I was not comfortable talking to anyone. But as I said, wanasema mtoto ni wa village. Mtoto si wako peke yako. With the help of your parents, with the help of your relatives, with the help of even your neighbors, you're able to raise that child up. You're able to go back to school because you have hands which can care for that child as you're going back to school. And you cannot do it alone, Caro. That one I can assure you, you cannot do it alone. So I think for us women, if you can be each other's friends, be a woman who builds the other woman up. You should not pull each other down.
Yeah.
If we can be able to lift each other up, we can do great things for the society.
Yeah. Women empowerment.
Women empower.
Yeah. So your family supported you through that time.
They
But
did.
now relating with someone who doesn't know what to do, they don't even know if they are supposed to talk to the parents. What can you tell them?
What I can tell them, number one, abortion is not the answer. Take courage, get that child, raise that child. With the help of God, you'll be able to raise that child. You'll be able to provide for that child. God will help you. That child will grow up. You'll be able to pursue your dreams. It is not the end of your life. That is what I want. It's not the end of your life. In fact, it's the beginning of a great adventure. Raise that child up. And being a woman, being a mother makes you stronger. It makes you open to, you can be able to hustle. Your mind is opened up to many opportunities around you. Yes, Carol, that's what I'd advise them personally.
Okay. And do you think parents will actually ever get to that point of accepting, okay, it has happened. What do we do next? Because in most cases, you find talking to a girl, talking to a parent is a bit of a problem because the parent, they're not sure of what the parent will, how the parent will reduce. Yeah. Do you think it's something that will ever change?
It may not be something that can change because you feel like you're a disappointment to your parents. That's the first feeling that comes to you. But find a relative, find a close relative who you can talk to. That could be an aunt. Find one of your mom's friends, someone who can mentor you and guide you, and even break the news to your parents, and who will help you and who will grow with you in your process of becoming a mom.
Okay. So there's a report I saw done by Kenya Health and Survey Data, and it was quite shocking because now thinking of it from an angle that within the period of July 2016 to June 2017, there were over 300,000 girls who got pregnant within that time, meaning 2016 to 2017, with 130,000, over 130,000 teen mothers having to drop out of school because of that. What's your take on that?
Those statistics are disturbing.
Yeah.
It shows that, of course, there's a degradation of morals in our society. But then I'd pose a challenge to the parents, and I'd pose the challenge to the caregivers and also to the teachers as well. I'd tell them to not to shun that girl.
Okay.
Don't shun that girl. Embrace her in society. That child, that teenage mother, that young teenage girl needs affirmation, number one. She needs to be told that this has happened. Let's face it. She needs to be encouraged. She needs to be taught how to be a mother. And she needs to be encouraged, Carol, go back to school, to pursue her dreams, and to work even harder. Being a mother just gives you a ticket to work harder in life. It does not make you less of a person. Yes, Carol.
What are we not doing right in raising our daughters?
What are we not doing right?
Yeah.
Interesting question, Carol. Let me just say, the society as we know it, there's a degradation of values and morals in our society. And I think number one, religion. We have to take religion very seriously. I think religion has been put aside and people are doing things their own way. I'd urge religious leaders to continue encouraging our kids, continue instilling moral values in our children, in our young girls, in our young boys, because it's a matter of both girls and boys.
Yeah.
Instill in them moral values, instill in them the word of God from a young age. Pursue those children even as they are transitioning into high school. Those weekend activities,
Yeah.
pursue them in schools, going to schools, pastoral activities in schools, teach our children moral values based on the word of God. because everything that is based on the word of God is right and it's pure. And once our children get instilled the correct values, they are able to grow with those values even as they become adults.
Okay.
So I think we've put moral values and we've put religion at the back of our minds. So there's all this rot in society that needs to be checked.
Okay.
Yes.
So, other than religion, how can we check this rotten society?
Parents, you need to be very close to your children.
Okay.
You need to be your children best friend.
Okay.
As much as we are busy hustling, we need to keep a close eye on our children. Don't relegate that responsibility to your house helps or to a relative. You need to know your child inside and out. You need to, can I say kupeleleza? If your son is behaving in a queer way, you need to go check his bedroom. Sorry. You need to go to pekua his things. Find out why your son is behaving queer of late. Your young girl, you need to find out why she's been so quiet of late. Be a friend to your children. Do not delegate the responsibility of being a parent to a relative or to a house girl. Do not take those trips, business trips, which are months long, and you forget that you have children at home. You cannot delegate the responsibility of being a parent to anyone else. That one can only be done by you. And I think as parents, the most important asset we have, si magari, na si manyumba, it is your child. It is your child. You can build an entire career and lose your children in the process. Take responsibility over your children. Yes.
What does it take to take responsibility over your children and just be a good parent, Perpetua? You are a mom who
Yes.
became a young mom at a young age. So what does it really take to be being that kid's friend, being there for them? Yeah.
Caro, it takes commitment. It takes sometimes I say you cannot party, you cannot have this social life and then still maintain a career and still raise your child. You need to be close to your children, and that sometimes means ujinyime raha for the sake of parenting. Be there for your kids. Spend quality time with your children. Spend quality time with your children. Mentor them. Have fun activities together. You don't need to be that strict mom all the time. Go for swimming with your kids. In that swimming activity or in that bowling activity, you'll get to know more about your child's interests. They'll be able to open to you about what they're going through in school, at home. Be a friend to your child. Jinyime raha for the sake of raising your kids. Caro, you have only a few years to spend with your kids.
Yeah.
Once they're gone off to college, you don't have those kids anymore. They're no longer yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that little short time you have with your children, take time with your kids.
Okay.
That is what I can see.
Okay. So getting back to what you do, you are a girl child officer. First of all, what does a girl child officer do?
A girl child officer. First of all, let me speak about Maono.
Okay.
Maono, we are located in Dandora and we seek to transform lives of the youth in Dandora.
Okay.
It's run by a program director, Mr. Kenneth Owili. He's a very visionary leader. He's been able to take that organization from ground to the level where it is right now. And we have many programs in Maono. We have sports and arts. We have capacity building. We have education and health and livelihoods. So at Maono, we have very fun activities for the youth. We have drama, dance, music, rap, even acrobatics, Caro. You can have your aerobics in the morning, and then thereafter you can have your dance. Very fun activities that are geared to attracting the youth.
Okay.
We have a youth center. We've created a safe space for the youth where they can showcase their talents, where they can express themselves freely, where they can use their art even to make a living. We try to link them to markets where they can be able to sell off their artistic wares. We try to get them mentors who can talk to them. We create awareness on life issues. We give them talks, counseling and motivational talks.
Okay.
Basically, we build them up and we equip them to be better individuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a particular duration of time that takes to be able to equip one person with the necessary equipments to be able to survive in the outside world?
We take in youth from whichever age.
Okay.
It's usually best when you capture a child when she's young,
Okay.
but we can take in a youth at any age, and we can try and be able to transform the life of that youth.
Okay.
We focus on young children, adolescents and teenagers, young mothers. We are able to take in any age group as long as they're below 35 years, and we can be able to do something for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it really take to be a girl child officer?
What it takes to be a girl child officer.
Yeah.
It takes a heart for the youth. You need to have a heart for those young girls. You need to be able to understand their backgrounds. See what wamelelewa buruburu.
Yeah.
They've been through some hard life, some hard stuff. Most of them are still trying to find themselves. Hawajijui. They're still. You need to be able to affirm them. You show them that. So you can sing. You're good at singing. They need affirmation. They need to hear someone say that you're good at singing, you're good at dancing. Maybe we can try to take your dancing skills to another level, where it takes understanding. It takes basically you need to show them love. It takes love for the youth, and you need to dedicate your time, your effort towards them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, given a scenario, maybe you've found a girl who's a teenage mom, because that thing, a teenage mom actually is eating me up. It's something that's happening so much. And I really don't know if there is a way we can actually get out to these girls, hopefully through Maono. Yeah.
I think it takes the entire effort of the society.
Okay.
It's the entire effort of the religious leaders. It takes the entire effort of the parents. It takes the entire effort, our community-based organizations like us. Because for us, we create safe spaces for the youth. We engage them. We engage their time wisely, so that after school, instead of engaging in mischief, they can come over to Maono. They can engage in useful activities that are going to build them up. If you're good at dancing, there's a strict dance instructor at Maono who will take you through the dance program. And it's usually a disciplined course with set timelines. So you have to adhere to the rules, you have to adhere to the timing and the schedules. So it builds the character of the girl up.
Okay.
So it needs a combined and a joint effort. Even our media is also to blame, Caro.
Okay.
With all the programs they are airing, they are busy misleading our youth. Our music also needs to be checked, Caro, with all the Gengartons that is in the air and the dirty lyrics that are in those music tunes. They are not building our youth up in the right. They're actually misleading them. They're not leading them in the right direction. So our media needs to be checked.
Okay.
Yes.
From someone who interacts with these ladies almost every day, how do we check our media? How do we make it right?
How do we make our media right?
Yeah.
I think the government has a body that checks whatever content is aired in our TV, in our television stations. But it's not enough because we are still churning out dirty music. Day after day, there's a new Gengarton that is coming up with the lyrics that are worse than the lyrics that were produced yesterday.
Yeah.
So there's a certain rot in society. We need tighter rules, tighter regulations that set the bar, and which set the bar, what is acceptable for our youth and what is not. What should be aired before 9 p.m. and what should not be aired before 9 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the program, the Girl Child program at Maono, would you say it's a lasting solution for our girls, or
Our girl child program at
Yeah.
Maono, I can't say it's a lasting solution.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing program.
Okay.
And as long as we have these social ills in society, our programs will still remain relevant.
Okay.
Our program is headed by a certain lady. Her name is Ruth Gashuru.
Mm-hmm.
She's not able to be here today,
Okay.
but I want to acknowledge her presence,
Yeah.
as well as another lady by the name of Florence. So I'm actually representing a big team. And together, we run an ongoing program. It's an ongoing program that seeks to capture these youth while they're still young.
Okay.
We look to rehabilitate those ones who are lost, who are into alcoholism,
Yeah.
who are into drug abuse, who think that life is over for them and they have no hope. We seek to capture such youth, such girls, and we seek to give them alternatives.
Okay.
Yeah, we are here to show them that there's more to life.
Okay.
There's more to life than drugs.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to life than prostitution.
Okay.
You can do bigger, better things with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We want to show them that there's another lifestyle. There's an alternative lifestyle,
Okay.
and they can achieve that.
Okay.
Yes.
So ever since the girl child program started,
Mhm.
what is the feedback so far?
What is the feedback so
Yeah.
far? I'd like to believe you're doing great things
Yeah.
in the lives of these young women,
Mhm.
and we are seeking to not only to make sure that they're enrolled in school, but they're also retained in school, that they don't drop out in class 6 or grade 8. We want to make sure that they transition into high school, and after high school, they're able to pursue even whatever degree of their choice. And I think we are making a big impact in Dandora.
Okay.
We are making a big impact in Dandora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we celebrate you for that.
Thank you, Caro.
Yeah. So we have comments. Steve Biko anasema niko ndani. Of course, Steve Biko, karibu sana I-Squared again. And it's always so fun seeing your text. It's amazing. Always you tuning in on I-Squared every Saturday. It's so encouraging. James Njiwe anasema yuko locked. Karibu sana James. And remember, you can always stay locked every Saturday for this amazing show I-Squared every Saturday by turning on the notification bell hapo kwa YouTube yako. Just turn it on so that anytime we are live, anytime we put out content for you guys, you are able to access it and be part of the movement. Yeah. Sunset KE anasema yuko locked. Thank you so much, Sunset. Lea Adhiambo anasema, hey, Caroline, you look amazing. Niko locked. Thank you so much, Lea. Oh, Steve Biko anasema, that gentleman is the luckiest man I know. Hawa warembo wote. Okay. I see what you did there. Musumba anasema Carol looks good. Thank you so much, Felix Musumba. Nancy Bansi anasema what inspired her to be a girl child officer, and how old was she when she decided to do this? Like, what inspired you to be a girl child officer?
I've lived in Dandora for around 7 years.
Yeah.
And I was exposed to I've seen a lot of rot among the young girls there. And I've seen many young girls, they start well, but somewhere along the line, they lose it.
Yeah.
And that's seeing wanasemanga good girl gone bad.
Yeah.
Kuona hiyo happening right in front of your eyes and seeing story after story.
Yeah.
This girl was once a good girl. She was in school. She dropped out. Then she got pregnant. She went into drugs. Some of them, Caro, actually serving time in prison cells because of drugs.
Yeah.
So seeing that story repeated over and over again, good girl gone bad. Hiyo kitu inanikwara sana. If there's something you can do, if you can capture them young and then influence them while they're still young, we can be able to create good citizens in society, despite their backgrounds, despite their situations at home. I believe they can make something out of themselves. They can make something out of their lives.
Is that always a guarantee? Because a good girl can go bad, go good, then go bad. It's a chain.
It's not a guarantee. It's their choice.
Yeah.
So we'd like to, as Maono Girl Child Program, we'd like to influence those choices. We want to influence them. Influence those choices. Show them there's an alternative lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nancy Bansi, another comment, the band is amazing. It's really great seeing a female band that is so talented. You guys are amazing, yeah? Steve Biko anasema you are a girl child officer. What are you doing to reduce the rate of girls involving themselves with drugs? 90% of girls I know use drugs. Kwanza, with who are your friends, Steve Biko? Yeah, what do you think about that? What are you doing to reduce the rate of girls involving themselves with drugs?
We are doing a lot of sensitization and awareness campaigns.
Mhm.
We are doing a lot of counseling. We after school, during the holidays, we try as much as possible to capture these girls. We form them into groups.
Mhm.
We mentor them. We counsel them through sensitization,
Mhm.
and we show them the dangers of these drugs.
Okay.
And we've linked up with other organizations in Dandora.
Mhm.
And if we get situations and if we get cases where girls are into drugs, alcohol, and they're junkies,
Mhm.
we try to link them with those organizations which can do rehabilitation for them and get them out of the alcoholism and the drugs that they are into.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a girl child officer, and relating that with Steve Biko's question, do you think there's much we can actually do to get rid of this abnormal normal that is seemingly looking normal? Because on social media, weed is a thing. People are normalizing using weed. It's like nobody's even hiding from that. So,
Yeah.
do you think there is a way we will actually get to that point when one is able to distinguish between bad and good and just stay sane from drugs?
It's possible, Caro. And as I said, our media has a big role
Yeah.
to play in all
Yeah.
of this. If we can be able to censor
Mhm.
all these um, all these programs, if we can be able to censor all this music that makes drugs cool, that makes partying cool, that
Mm.
makes weed cool, we need to check our media.
Okay.
As parents, we need to keep a tight hold of our children. As religious leaders, we need to come in and preach against the social ills that are wreaking havoc in our society.
Okay.
It needs a combined effort. It's not easy, and whatever problem is being faced in Dandora is faced
Yeah.
the world over.
Yeah.
And it needs a combined effort.
Okay.
Yes.
Michael Black has a question. She looks quite young. Does she think that Gengarton has influenced the behavior of the youth? You talked about Gengarton.
Gengarton. Gengarton is a, let me just say, it's pure evil, in my opinion.
Okay.
As a mother, I don't even like to hear my kids singing along. You know, it has a very catchy tune, Caro.
Yeah.
Even in the matatu, you just find yourself
Vibing to it.
vibing to it.
Yeah.
I think Gengeton has contributed so much to the degradation of morals in our society, and especially among the youth, because those songs are not censored.
Yeah.
Those songs are just, they churn out dirty lyrics, one song after another, and it needs to be censored. They need to be checked. The lyrics in those songs need to be checked, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yes.
Other than the media, do you think there's any other arm that can help us work on that Gengeton thing? Like just being able to distinguish what makes good sound, what is right for the audience, and all that.
Other than the media,
Yeah.
I think music producers also,
Okay.
the music producers, they can also be able to say no,
Yeah.
can be able to set a bar or a standard upon which these musicians should work to improve their music.
Okay.
Yeah, they should not accept any music that comes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve Biko again, anasema you are a girl child officer. Oh, okay, we have answered that. Ian Josh anasema about the Gengeton content. Are you talking are you talking to the boy child?
I'm talking to both boys and girls.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay. Mile G's anasema she's so bold, go girl. Okay, I love to bring back Ian's question, story na boy child and the Gengeton, but without the Gengeton. You major on empowering the girl child, making things work for the girl child, yani just building something great out of her, what happens to the boy child?
What happens to the boy child?
Yeah.
We also have a boy child program, but in our society today, it's true, Caro, that we have focused so much on the girl child and we've forgotten that there's a boy child also. And without checking the welfare of the boy child, there's nowhere we are going in society. Even we've focused so much on women empowerment. In some organizations, women are highly encouraged to apply. And the chances of a male being taken are very low compared to a girl child. So it is true that we focus so much on girls and we've lost the focus on our boys, but our boys have lost their way. At Maono, we have a boy child program. In fact, most of the youth that come through Maono are actually young boys. Because of the sports and the dancing and the acrobatics, we have a lot of boys involved, a lot of young men involved. So I'd urge our listener here to pay us a visit at Maono. Come see the activities that we're involved in. Come see whether you can be part of our activities and how you can help improve Maono. You can even mentor our youth, see how you can come in. See how you can come in. If you have a skill and you wish to teach our youth, I invite you to come to Maono and see what we have to do. Great things. They do great things. Every day I walk in there, I get challenged, Caro. I get challenged by the work that those youth are doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So earlier you mentioned you are a young mom. So if you don't
Yes.
mind me asking, how old are the kids now?
My oldest is 10.
Okay.
I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Okay.
So I have 3 kids.
Okay. So I'm about to ask this question. Are they boys,
I
girls?
have 2 boys and 1 girl.
Okay. So as a girl child officer, how do you make sure your boys and other boys are also empowered equally as the female?
I try as much as possible to expose my child. I don't hide the fact that there are all these social ills. I actually call my boys and I tell them, see so and so, you see this and that. Maybe he's seen 2 people, maybe smoking. I show them, I usually expose them. And I want them to expose so that they can know the dangers of whatever is out there.
Okay.
And I try as much as possible to even expose them to opportunities out there. And I just don't focus on the girls, on my girl only. I try to make sure that they're all exposed to the opportunities. I counsel them a lot, a lot. I teach them a lot. And the word of God, that one never leaves my home. I make sure that everything I teach them, anything, any knowledge I instill in them, it's based on the word of God.
Okay.
Yes, Carol.
Okay. So the problems that the girl child program intended to solve initially, how far?
How
How
far
far? Yeah.
have we reached?
Yeah.
I can say we have a long way to go.
Mm.
We have a long way to go, especially where we are based in Dandora. We have a very long way to go. And it's as I said earlier, it's an ongoing project. But whether or not we've seen change in our activities, we have seen change. We have seen change. If you can transform the lives of 1, 2, 3 girls, you have done a lot.
Okay.
Because the impact is not only felt with the individual girl, it's also felt in their families. It's also felt in the area which they stay, in their neighborhoods. So if you can be able to transform one life at a time, Carol, I believe we can do great things. We have a long way to go.
Okay. And you're doing so much. It
We
is
are-
so encouraging.
We are trying.
Yeah, we will continue celebrating you every single day, Perpetua. And we celebrate you for being an extraordinary woman when you led them. And we thank you so much for being there for those ladies and the guys as well. And continue doing what you're doing. Don't stop believing. Yani, itajipeana tu siku moja. We will get there.
Thank you, Carol. I'm part of a very big team. Naitwa Maono Africa Center for Transformation.
Okay. Is there a way people can reach you on social media?
You can reach us at Instagram at Maono Africa. We have a Facebook page, Maono Africa Center for Transformation.
Okay.
And we also have an email address, maonoafricacenter@gmail.com. You can reach us through those avenues.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us for E Squared.
Thank you, Caro.